Oops. Hi guys. It's me, Savannah. I'm having to restart this video again because my daughter went and totally interrupted me and threw me off, and now I'm kind of like frustrated. So, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. Nothing fancy here happened. I was sick. I mean, I'm still sick, but I'm not as sick as I was. So there's that. So my throat, I apologize for sounding weird or trying to clear my throat like that. It's what's going on. I want to apologize for my last video. I know how annoying that was. I think it was my last video. I don't know, the one that was just a lot of noise. I apologize for that. I should have never done that. My cat wants out. I shut the door. Oh well, he can suffer. What else? I don't know. See, now that I'm restarting this, I don't even know what my intro was. I mean, not like it was anything important. So I guess I'll just get into the stitching. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. All right, so in December, see, I don't even know what I'm doing. In December, I stitched on some Prairie Schooler Santas, and I finished 2 of them. I have 1984 Santa. He's my Santa. He's not finished yet. I mean, he could be, but I'm so indecisive what I want to do. Okay, so I have red binding that I'd like to put on these Santas, but I also don't want to make them super thick, fat pillows. So I'm still trying to debate how I'm going to do that. And then I also don't know if I want to add the years at the bottom, like 1984 and 2017. Or if I'll add them to like the back fabric. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So there's this one. And then I have 1987 finished. I finished this way before the new year, I think. Yeah, I think the last day of December. I think. See, you know what? I don't even remember. Anyways, and then on this one, I don't even know where I would add the years. I mean, up and down like this, maybe? I don't know. But this is 1987 for my husband. And so, like I said last time, I'm just need to get 2015 and 2012 for my children. I mean, granted, I could think of all these other years to do too, but I don't know. I don't know if I need to do all those. If I have the need, then I'll do it. But right now, all I need is 2015 and 2012. I am so sorry. So those were my last finishes of 2017. These guys. Got those done. I finished my Under the Sea Sal. I don't know if I showed that or showed it framed. It's already hanging up in my daughter's bathroom. And I didn't really want to pull it off the wall because I ended up having to use those Velcro strips. Those M3 Velcro strips. Because the frame that I got, to save money and be cheap, I bought like a black metal frame, and it didn't have any like way to hang it, or it did, and I just kind of covered it up with the fabric, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, what I did with the frame is I took white acrylic paint and kind of like brushed it on, so it's not like a nice smooth finish. It's kind of distressed looking. I believe I have photos on my Instagram. I'm at SoLivy on Instagram if you want to check that out, because I'm not going to edit this in any way. So I won't be inserting pictures, sorry. Anyways, I finished that. And then I moved on to these, because the rest of the month I was just kind of like, well, what do I do? I just need the new year here so I can do my new year, new start. Anyways, so on December 30th, while waiting for, yeah, I did finish this. I finished it, and then I was like, okay, well, now what am I going to do for the rest of the day until midnight? I figured I would pull out this pattern that I had UFO'd. Honestly, I don't know when it was. If anyone remembers I believe it was in Stitch Mania, there was a sale that was starting on the January 1st. I don't remember if it was 2016 or 2017, but it was a Harry Potter sale. You could pick any Harry Potter pattern you wanted, and then you had the whole year to stitch it. I barely got into it before I said, nope, don't want to do this. I'm just not going to do this. So I deleted it off of my project list. Like, I was done. But I never got rid of the pattern or the fabric or anything like that. I just left it. So I don't know if that, I want to say it started in 2016, but I could be totally wrong. Anyway, so I'll hold, there's no cover page. So that's just one of the pages. There's 4 pages total. So like, see, like barely anything is I should be able to finish it. Like, what am I thinking? The only reason I decided to do this is because the year of whips. I decided I was going to do year of whips. So I still needed to get a couple more starts in so that I have plenty of whips to do for the year. But I was looking at this and I'm like, this is not that big. Like, why can't I just pick it up and finish it? Granted, I only have these, like, a little bit right here done. Like, that's all I did, and I said, nope, I'm good. Anyway, so for those couple of hours on New Year's, I decided I'd pick it up and work on it a little bit, and so this is what I did so far. So I got that far. It's just DMC 310. This fabric I dyed myself. Let me get it off the Q-snap, because I don't think I'm going to work on it anytime soon, since I'm working on other projects. So it really doesn't need to be on the Q-snap. Sorry. So this fabric. Ooh. I did this in purple and pink dye. This is a 18 count Ada. And I see, you can tell I even gridded it. I went through all that work to grid it and everything, and then I said screw it after this little bit up here. I was like, what the heck? It's not that big. It really is not that big. I can do this. I can do this. Granted, I don't know what I'll do with it when it's finished. Not like I want to keep it or anything. I don't think. I mean, maybe it'll be beautiful when it's finished. Who knows? The pattern kind of sucks. No lie. I found it on Etsy. And the lady that was selling it, she's the one who created the artwork of it. And then she converted it herself to a cross-stitch pattern. So that was very nice of her. The only problem with the pattern is that there is, right, it's only done in DMC black, but there are 3 symbols for black, which is annoying. And then the whole background is filled in with another symbol, which I'm just not filling in. But the fact that there's 3 symbols for black is a little annoying. 2 of them are okay because they're solid, like it's a solid square and then a solid triangle. But then the last one is an A, which is quite faint compared to the other ones. The A's more match the background symbol of an N. So I just need to, what I did was I took a black marker and kind of like colored them in just to make it a little bit easier for myself. But yeah, there's this. It doesn't really have a name. Since I took it off my list, I'm assuming it was January 1st, 2016. I put it on my project list as that. But yeah, we'll see. Again, it's not that big. I don't know why I gave up on it so quickly. Alright, let me put this off to the side. So I did that, and then midnight hit, and I was struggling. Like, my cold, I was frustrated with the stinking TV because the New York program was just, I don't know, it was just off, and nothing else seemed to be that great on TV. And so I did like 12 or so stitches on it and then said good night. And then the next day I spent all day in bed, stitched for a couple of hours, and then took a nap. But I I started my, oh shoot, I didn't bring out the picture, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I started on my Game of Thrones poster. Ooh, the glare. Here, you know what? Let's take that cover picture off. Won't be as glary. So, this is what it looks like. I'm so sorry for that glare. This is a poster that I saw on Facebook one day. It just kind of like, it was an ad. One of those ads that come up when you scroll through Facebook, and it was for this Game of Thrones poster. And so I did a whole bunch of research to find out who the artist was. His first name was like Raymond or something like that, and he did all these characters like separately and then put them all together, or somebody put them all together and made it into a poster. And I just thought it was amazing because it's like all the characters, or at least everybody who's had a speaking line. No, mostly just main characters. So I was like, ah, yes, look at Tormund. Ooh, favorite. Anyways, so I had this pattern made. Stitchy Mommy Sarah on Flosstube. She made this for me, and then or she converted it for me, and then I went and got a spiral bound, printed and spiral bound at Office Max. So yeah, I like that it's in book form. Anyway, so I picked this up. Sorry, just trying to figure out where to put everything so it's not a giant mess when I'm done. So I wanted to do that, and I've been waiting since September to do this project. So here is my progress as of last night. So I've been working only on this. It's my lovely, this is, well, I don't want to say it's my first. It's not my first full coverage. Obviously, I have my Hyrule Light World map. But I've done a full coverage piece before, or at least only got 2 pages into it and then decided to quit because it just was not my cup of tea. So I'm really nervous that I'm going to get 2-3 pages into it and then be like, yep, not doing it kind of thing. And I'm just going to be sad. Because all my waist knots I just haven't trimmed. But I like it, so I want to keep doing it. I'm doing it 1/1 on 28 count easy guide. I don't know if it's an even weave. It's an even weaving. It's an even weave. It's just called 28 count easy count because each block is 10 by 10 instead of the 20 by 20. So this is nice. I've never used anything like this before. I mean, I've used even weave, but not like one with things. So it took a minute to figure out how I was going to divide these blocks. So how I was going to, like what constitutes 10 by 10. So I do the top like gray line, and then the leftmost line is part of the block. But yeah, that's, actually, there's 4 colors in there. You got black, and then you know 310, and then you have 3371, which they blend right together when you stitch them. And then there's very few purple stitches, which is weird, but they kind of blend in too. And then there's a lighter brown that I just picked up last night, so that's what I'm working on now. So the page ends right down here. These are all different colors, so none of this, or else I would have pulled these down too. I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do. That first full coverage piece I did, it was a Disney stained glass piece. I don't even have it anymore. I think I cut out that piece of the fabric and maybe thrown it away because I was just like, yep, this is not happening. It's just not my thing. So I started that, and I did that on 22 count. I did that 2/2 or 2/1 when I first started, and it was too bulky, so I flipped the fabric because I had a giant piece of fabric, and then started 2/1 tent, and I was able to get 1.5 pages into that, and it was fine. Coverage was fine. It wasn't too bulky or anything like that. I think I started with parking, and it just didn't work for me, and then so I did cross country, and that worked better, and that's kind of what I'm doing now, is cross country. not extreme, just what's in like a general facility. Like I'm not going across the entire page looking for those 1-2 stitches here or there for a color, because that's too much work for me. So I'm just kind of doing it in clumps. Like I went down the first row of the first page and just did all those, and then kept going. So that's what I'm doing now. I am about to watch Jessie Marie's video of her full coverage tutorial, because I know she goes diagonal. Sorry. She goes diagonal like this. Like she'll start at this block and then she'll come down and do 1, 2, and then she'll do 3. And I like that because it looks like that might be faster. It's just parking. I'm confused. I'm like, okay, so if you're gonna go like this, you do this one and then you'd park into this square, right? Or would you park over here? Kind of thing. I'm just like, what do you do? And then if you do come down here and you finish it, do you park up here because that's where you're going next, or do you park down here because that's where you're going last? So that's what my questions are for that. So I don't know. So right now, like I said, I'm just doing a modified cross country kind of thing. So we'll see how this goes. It's gonna take a while. I'm using Blitz Stitches, Brian's Excel spreadsheet thing that he made to track. I'm probably not counting my stitches perfectly, but I'm doing as best I can. And through his calculations, it looks like I won't finish this until 2020, which is crazy. And my husband's like, "Oh my gosh, you're nuts." Oh, and it says if I only do 1 block a day or something like that, I wouldn't finish until 2030. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And then to get some more starts in, I mean, I still have to do a couple more, like I said earlier. I am working on, okay, so let's cover that up because that's part of the pattern there. These things called space hoops. So that's 2 of them, and then the other 2 are on the next page. I'm not going to show you, but that's what 2 of them look like. So I'm working on this one, the Galaxy one right now. This is from Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. I have the, so I believe I have the issue. If I can find it real quick, I'll give it to you guys. Nope, not on this. It's on my phone. You guys. I believe it was like the November issue or the one right before it. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Anyways, so yeah, and I'm doing it on this fancy fabric that I hand dyed myself. It smells like shaving cream. So I bought, oh, is it in here? Oh, if you saw my tutorial, the video before this one, you saw how I kind of did it. And I used this stuff right here, this regular shave foam. And it has a scent. At first I was like, okay, that's fine, you know, I just know not to get like menthol, like the menthol type kind. So I got this kind because it was like under $1. And it smells good, it's fine. But anyways, if you saw my tutorial, you know how I did this. This was shaving cream, and then I put the dye on the shaving cream, and then you just blot it in and then pull it up. Seuss is mad. Anyways, so I started stitching on it yesterday. So here's the one I'm doing. I guess it doesn't really matter. That's as far as I got. That's 2 colors. It's 2 colors. Again, 2 colors that like to blend into each other, making things difficult. And it was really hard for me to stitch on this. Not because it's super colorful or anything like that, because this is a 14 count Aida. It was the smell. Granted, like I said, it smells nice, but it was so strong. And I don't know if it was just because I'm also sick, but it really messed with me. Like, or the fact that I hadn't eaten yet in the day, And I was just, I got so sick. Like, I got nauseous. Like, I had to keep putting it down, like, every 3 stitches. I put it down, back up, take a bite of crackers, you know, take a drink of water, just breathe some air. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it was because of the smell or if it was because of everything together, the hunger, the sickness, and the smell. But it messed with me. And I don't know if we can, like, rinse these. Like, here's the back, what the back looks like. It's like a faint version of the front. I don't know if you can wash these or if all the dye will just blend together. So I'm kind of left with that, with having to smell these. I mean, like I said, it doesn't smell bad. It smells very nice. It's just strong. But yep, there's that new start. So I started that on yesterday, the 3rd. Started on 3rd. And then I'll probably start the next one just to get it started as a count, maybe, you know, for year of starts. Hold on 1 second, please. Oh, those are the other 2. Okay, hold on 1 second. My son's being a butt. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. That's for that's it for stitching stuff. Last month I had decided to throw in a side project of crocheting because I got some of those, oh gosh, it's over there, those Lion brand, that's the brand name, is Lion brand yarn. They're mandala cakes because they're only like $5 at Walmart, $4 or $5. And they had such pretty colorways. So I grabbed a couple with no intention of using, well, an intention of using them, but no set pattern for them. I was like, well, what am I going to do? So Pinterest came to the rescue, and I found this beautiful scarf thingy. It's called the Madeline triangle scarf. It's by ginger.knots, like KNOTS. On Instagram. She's pretty awesome. She's really nice. She designed this and gave this out for free on her blog, which I don't know her blog name. All I know is that she's Ginger Knots. Anyway, and she used this exact same mandala cake to make hers. And so I was like, oh, okay, I'll just do that. I didn't use the whole cake because it would have gone back to this darker gray. Like, it was gonna fade to light gray and into this dark gray. And plus I thought it would be too big, but you know what, I should have, because I wore it out the other night and it kept wanting to fall off. And I was like, crap, stop it, stop trying to fall off. So, and this pattern was so easy. The beginning was not so easy. You see, I still need to I didn't even weave that in. The beginning was not easy, and this is the beginning right here. It was very difficult to figure out for some reason. But once you get past that crazy bit and then you start doing the rest of the pattern, like I think it's after the 3rd row, the rest of it just repeats, and it was super easy and mindless, and I could just sit there and watch whatever I wanted and just keep going forever and ever. And this yarn is so nice to work with. It's soft and just, it was great. And so I did this, and I called it my side bitch, just because she's my side project and I thought it was funny. But yeah, you don't have to worry about changing your colors because the yarn cake just does it by itself. So yeah, I have a couple other colorways. And I plan to make like a big slouchy thingy with another one. Well, because I got 3 balls of the same colorway. So we'll see whenever I feel like crocheting again. It's so funny too, because like I said, this pattern is really easy, but for some reason I managed to add extra stitches right here. So there's like a lump. It's kind of hard to show you guys because it looks like I'm pulling it up, but I'm not, I promise. There's an extra couple of stitches, and then flat, and then another little lump, and then the rest of it just kind of evens out itself. And then this side, not a single lump. Like, I managed to do this side perfect the whole way. I'm like, what the heck? And when I realized that lump, I was like, yeah, I'm not going back to fix that. That's just going to be there. It doesn't even matter. So I did that. And then I sewed my son a quilt. At least I have the top part. I'm just dreading the actual quilting of the sandwich because it's just a pain in the butt. I would tie quilt it, you know, do ties, but it's, I'll show you. It's just like, I used a jelly roll, so it's not squares. Like, so where do I put ties in that make it look decent? So here is the top, all done. So it's got gray on the sides, and then the stripes. And I feel kind of bad because this line, I mean, all these are from the same line, of course, by Michael Miller. I really like Michael Miller. It seems almost girly. Like, I didn't mean it, because I used, what was it? I used this one right here. Like, I got a big, like, yard of this one when my son was in my belly, and I made him a car seat cover with that, and then I made him crib guardrails using this one. And I'm like, okay, those are very boy. Let's just get the whole jelly roll and make him a quilt for when he's older. Well, it took me almost 3 years to make the quilts, or at least piece the top together. And look at how much, like, pink is in there. I'm like, granted, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care. He likes pink right now for being a 2.5-year-old, almost 3-year-old boy. And that's fine. I have no problem with him liking pink. It's just, I feel kind of bad. Like, this looks like it would go much better for my daughter. But her quilt has a lot of pink in it too, so hers is a woodland themed as well. See my trend? I like woodland stuff. Anyways, so I have a navy blue piece of fabric for the back that I will eventually quilt together. I just need to get over this scared fact of quilting. Because I really, sorry if you can't hear me, I really love the look of like machine quilted quilts. Like, I like that wrinkled texture that they get. I think it's beautiful. So I'll just have to suck it up. What else? Okay, that's it for that. Let's do haul, I suppose, ish. I don't have all of it because it's not here yet, but I have some of it. Let's see, let's just start with, okay, just today, I went to Hobby Lobby with a gift card and my mom got me for Christmas. And I bought myself a new pair of scissors because I was like, I only have one pair, I should have a second pair. And I'd really like to get some of those really fancy ones that you see around with like those giant like handles and then the teeny tiny little blades. But these ones were pretty cool at Hobby Lobby without being too like crazy. Like, I didn't want any colorful ones or anything. I like these. Anyways, they say Soulmate. You totally can't see that. My phone is not going to focus. Okay, it says Soulmate, like S-E-W on there, and then the tiny little blade. And I'm like, how cute are these? I really like these. Plus, they were 30% off, I think, at Hobby Lobby right now. I'm not entirely sure. And then, this is not Stitchy Stash, but I have to show these because I got them at Hobby Lobby today. I'll probably turn them into project bags because I don't know what to do with this type of material, really. It's that duck cloth, which I really like. I use it for covering my ironing board. Like, I just have a square piece of wood and then I covered it with a towel and then got some duck cloth to act as a cover. So I have that, and then I'm planning to get more of a, like a sophisticated looking kind to cover my chairs, seats, but other than that, I don't know what to use this type of material for. So like I said, probably project bags, just because it's a sturdier fabric. But I found these three, and I had to have them, like, had to. So I got half yards each of them. But look, I think this one's my favorite out of all three of them, but look at how stinking cute these little llamas are. I absolutely love these, especially the two that stand together with all cheeky looking. I'm like, oh my god. Yep, had to have it. I almost got like a coordinating one fabric with just canvas or the cacti on it, but I was like, no, I don't need that. I just need this one. And then we saw this one, and I'm like, ooh, these guys are cute. So this one's like a softer canvas. I mean, they're all soft, but this one feels extra soft for some reason. Just not as sturdy, I should say. But yeah, look at how cute these llama are. Oh, the llamas. The llamas. I'll show you what else I have on my desk that's llama in a minute. This is the third one. I think this one's my least favorite, but it's still llama, and they're still cute because look, they're wearing like little sweaters and hats. I was like, oh my goodness. So cute. So, yep, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. I just need to have the llama fabric. And you can tell I really like llama. I got this at the dollar section at Target, and it was purple, like purple shiny, but I was like, I don't want that. So I've been painting it a bajillion coats of like rose gold metallic paint and stuff, which next time, or if I ever decide to do something like this again, just get the spray paint because it'll be easier and cover better. But I found this little piggy bank, this little llama piggy bank. So you can see it was like that purple, which there's nothing wrong with that purple. I just wanted it rose gold instead. And it's a pretty crappy paint job. Like I said, it did not want to cover it all. Yeah, I have this on my little armoire next to my letterboard. And so I just been painting them last night while watching The Crown, so yeah, llamas. Okay, back to stitchy stuff. Oh, I also found this at the Target dollar section. I don't know if they have it anymore, but it's supposed to be a chalkboard. Like a chalkboard easel, like you're supposed to be able to write on this, but it's metal. And I was like, ooh, I could use that for my needle minders. And so I have all my needle minders on there. I mean, I have a couple more on the back too. Well, this guy's not a needle minder, but I love Fred. He's my favorite. So I just have him up there, but a couple extra mushrooms and some extra guys. And then this was the first one I ever made. So he has just a regular black magnet. And yeah, we all know that that's naughty for putting on fabric. Oh, and a little piece of broken magnet because I accidentally broke my magnet on, I want to say this one. No. But at least he still works. He's got two magnets. But yeah, this is perfect. Like I said, like I did not say. I still have some room, and then I can put more on the back, like you saw. So, and that helps because before I just had them on like a baking sheet that I had hung in my armoire, but I got rid of my armoire, so that baking sheet was just kind of like sitting on the floor, hanging out in the corner. So I'm like, no, we need to